Good evening. Welcome to the Sanford Elks 48th Annual Youth Banquet Awards Night. This is a little bit different this year. We're not in our banquet hall, and there's no food, which is kind of depressing. But I certainly appreciate the Sanford Performing Arts Center inviting us here tonight to do this ceremony. I would like to thank a few people before we get going. The committee that puts this banquet on with myself, there's Doug Roberts, Roger Namando, Frank Ricker, Lisa Brunel, Irene Bowles, Shelley Goodwin, Bob Shaw, Caitlin Brunel, Sean Hubbard, Rob Wilkins, and Donna Legier. I want to thank them very much for that. As an Elks organization, we are we have a belief in a higher being, a belief in our God, and also we're patriotic to our country's flag. So we open up our meetings and ceremonies with a prayer, and then after the prayer, I'm going to have the Sanford High School principal, Matt Peterman, lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Heavenly Father, we are here this evening to honor some of the outstanding youth of our community. Even though they are not physically with us, we pray your guidance will continue to keep them on a great and exciting life journey. We have been moved by the crisis that we have in our country today and the world around us. The way we live our lives may be a little different for some time to come. But during this time of separation and isolation, we have witnessed some extraordinary acts of kindness. To remind us, our country's wealth is not its financial strength, military power, territorial holdings, or natural resources. It's our people, the everyday men and women of this nation. They are the ones who have always made our country great and keep it strong. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Matt. So tonight we're going to start with some of the Elks Awards. First off, we have our drug awareness program. The Sanford Elks Esteemed Lecturing Night, Sherry Frechette is the chairperson for that committee. And I'm going to read off the names of some of the winners in that program. For the coloring contest, first place for girls was Reese Bodwin from St. Thomas, and for the boys was Finley Mann from Carl J. Lamb. In the poster contest, in the girls' first place was Madeline Carpenter, and she's from Lebanon Elementary. And for the boys, it's Alex Petin from St. Thomas. In the drug awareness essay contest, which is Life Does Not Rewind, Choose Life, Not Drugs. That was the theme for them this year. The girl winner was Hannah Labby from St. Thomas, and the boy was James Chaplick from Sanford Junior High School. And right now we have a video of James reading his essay, as James was not only the Sanford winner, but also the state of Maine winner for that program.
Life does not rewind. Choose life, not drugs. The meaning of this is to think before you act. To think about the consequences before you let your body consume substances that can harm you and your family. Substances that can put you in a coma, tear your family apart, or even kill you. This can all happen if you don't think before you act. And I know because I've seen it happen. I've had family members die and put in comas. I've been separated from my mom and dad because of drugs. I was just a little kid when it happened, when I got taken away. The cause of this was because I wasn't taken care of properly due to them on drugs. I lived off of cereal and did nothing but play video games. My hair was all grown out. I barely ever bathed and never would brush my teeth. I rarely showed up to school, but when I did, it would always be in dirty clothes or the same clothes from the previous day. I remember getting called out on it and feeling so embarrassed. Why did this all happen? Because somebody didn't choose life over drugs.
And now we're going to give out some awards for the Elks Soccer Shoot program. The Soccer Shoot program consists of 2 different contests. It's open to girls and boys ages up to 13 years old. The 5-goal contest, which is for U8 kids, which is 7 years old and younger, even if they're only 2.5 years old and they can kick a number 4 soccer ball 15 feet, they can compete in the Elks Soccer Shoot. The setup is a series of 5 goals increasing in size from 48 inches to 17 inches. Each goal has a point value. The largest goal, is 48 inches, and it's worth 1 point. As the goal gets smaller, the points get bigger. The smallest goal, the 17-inch goal, is worth 5 points for each goal scored. The older kids, the U10 and above, use a full-size goal that has been gridded off so points can be scored when a ball is kicked into certain spaces. Across the bottom of the goal is 1 point, going up to 5 points for those very hard-to-hit top corners. The U10 age group shoots from 18 feet away using a regulation number 4 soccer ball. The U12 age group shoots from 27 feet away, also using a number 4 soccer ball. The U14 age group shoots from 36-foot line and using a number 5 soccer ball. They add up all the scores, and the high score wins. The winners of the local shoot go on to the Coastal District Shoot, which is the 8 lodges from York to Rockland. Those winners move on to the state shoot, which we held last year in Waterville. The state first place winners get to compete in the Area 1 contest, where they'll compete with winners from New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and New York. Right now, there's no physical national contest, but last year the Elks started a virtual contest where we send in the scores from our completed contests. Irene Bowles has run our local soccer shoot at Shaw Field for many years now and is doing a great job. This past fall, she broke her record for participants. She'll be looking forward to seeing all the new contestants in September. And this year's winners are, in the U8 division, girls, Grace Eaton, and the U8 boys was Kason Hebler. The U12 girls was Mollie Puffer, the U10 girls was Mollie Puffer, and the U10 boys was Michael Mastracchio. The U12 girls was Brielle Landry, and U12 boys was Carter Giroux. U14 girls was Abigail Savoy, and U14 girls was Sean Puffer. Next, we're going to move on to our hoop shoot. The Elks Hoop Shoot has been in existence for nearly 50 years. It's a free throw contest for kids from 8 to 13. The age groups are U10, U12, and U14. The U10, which is an 8 and 9-year-old age group, shoot from 4 feet in front of the regulation foul line. The rest of the contestants shoot from the regulation foul line. The net is at regulation height of 10 feet for all contestants. They each get 25 shots, and every completed basket counts as 1 point. High score wins. The hoop shoot, like the soccer shoot, compete at the local, district, state, and regional level, but these kids also, if they're good enough, get to compete at the national level in Chicago. Each year, the names of the 6 national champions, which is 1 from each of the boys' division and 1 from each of the girls' division, are inscribed in the Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield, Massachusetts. Our local hoop shoot program was lacking in participation for a few years. We now have a new chairman, Jake Crosby. He's taken over our hoop shoot program and is starting to build it back up. We thank Jake very much for what he is doing. And this year's winners for the U10 girls was Ava Corliss, and the U10 boys was Clayton Lura. The U12 girls, which Paige Sydnie, and the U12 boys was Griffin Lawley. The U14 girls is Addie Findaka, and the U14 boys is Brady Adams. Congratulations to all the contestants. Our next awards is for the Elks Americanism Contest. The Americanism Contest is an essay contest that the students write essays for, and this year the essay is What Freedom of Speech Means to Me. That committee is run by our esteemed lecturing knight, Sherry Frechette, and she is doing a fantastic job. That and the that and the drug awareness program. She gets into the schools a lot and gets a lot of information out. This year, our first place winners for Division I, which is the 5th and 6th grade, was Andrew Melvin. He's from Sanford Junior High School. First place Division II, which is 7th and 8th graders, is Timothy McGee, also from the Sanford Junior High School. The contestants go on from our local contest to the state contest, and we have 2 winners from Sanford at the state level. Andrew Melvin for Division I, and Elsie Gendron for Division II. And if you'd notice that, Elsie was not our first place winner in Division II for our local shoot, but we send in the first, second, and third place winners up to the state level, and it's a whole new set of judges, a whole new set of eyes to look at these, and they've picked Elsie's as the best in the state. So congratulations to Andrew, Timothy, and Elsie on their win. And now, at this time, I'd like to turn this over to the junior high school principal, Mr. Chuck Potter. Chuck?
Thank you, Bruce. I appreciate it. It's with great pleasure that I get to present the Elks Awards to this year's outstanding junior high 8th graders. There's 1 male and 1 female recipient. This, because of the unusual circumstances where the 8th graders at the high school, the way that we did the selection is through nominations through 8th grade staff and then voting through staff who had the opportunities to work and teach these students throughout the year. And so it's a great pleasure that I recognize Tanisha Santaloy and Aidan Gendron as this year's winners. In my limited time with the 8th graders, I've come to know, respect, and admire the way these 2 students have navigated the challenges of being junior high students in a high school setting this year. First, let me talk about Tanisha. Now, I've had the opportunity to know Tanisha when we were both at Willard School. She was a remarkable student even back then, and she continues that today. Tanisha was even Willard's terrific kid essayist in 3rd grade at Willard School. While in 8th grade, Tanisha's continued to demonstrate our core values, as well as being an exemplary academic student and also taking part in activities such as cheering. Here are some comments that her teachers wanted to share about her. Mrs. Morrison shared that Tanisha is a leader by example in math class. She has a positive attitude and is very motivated not to just succeed, but to excel. Mr. Lemlin, her social studies teacher, shared that Tanisha is an extremely hardworking student who is incredibly kind to her peers, teachers, and she's a great model and a joy to have in class. Mr. Etheridge, who has her in English, shared that Tanisha always has a positive attitude during his class. And Ms. Strader's science teacher shared that Tanisha is extremely hardworking, won't settle until she understands the concepts being taught, and her classmates rely on her for help, which demonstrates her leadership skills. While Aidan also attended Willard School, but after I had already been moved to Margaret Chase Smith, this is my first year to be with Aidan. Looking through his academic records, Aidan has always been a remarkable student who impressed his teachers, and this has continued through up to 8th grade and through 8th grade. Aidan is not just a strong academic student, he impresses his teachers and his peers and has been a participant a participant in programs such as extracurriculars such as soccer. Aidan's teachers have had the opportunity to see Aidan grow throughout his years at the junior high, and I'd like to share some of the comments they had about Aidan. Mrs. Morrison shared that Aidan is a leader by example who will often assist other students with their math work. Mr. Lemlin shared that Aidan is an extremely thoughtful and hardworking student who thinks outside the box. He is very in touch with what is going on socially and emotionally with the world. Ms. Strait shared that Aidan, from day one of the school year, has shown up to every class with a positive attitude, prepared to work. He is kind, warm, caring, respectful, and insanely smart. She says, I've been blown away by his maturity and by the way he presents himself in class and to his peers. And Mr. Etheridge had this to share. Aidan wrote a great article during our distance learning about how businesses are being affected by the coronavirus. He even interviewed the owner of his local pizza place. I think the final paragraph does a nice job of summing up his positive attitude and kind spirit. Now, I've read through the article that Mr. Etheridge shared, and it is impressive, and I'd like to share his concluding paragraph with you. Aidan wrote, now through this tough time for all of us right now, it is important that we support our local restaurants and businesses as they are having the hardest time with these changes. No matter what you do for a living or how much money you have, we are all in this together. It's important to support others in the hardest times. So go out, get some takeout from somewhere, buy something from your local corner store. Literally, anything can help right now in keeping people from losing their jobs. And if you really want to help those that were already in need, you can now go and donate to your local food bank or even to the World Health Organization to help find a cure so we can stop this disease sooner rather than later. Not just myself, but the entire 8th grade and the entire junior high are extremely proud to have Tanisha and Aidan represent Sanford High School's 8th graders as the 2020 Elks Junior High Students of the Year. They both have been described as caring, hardworking, and as leaders among their peers. Our staff and I want to congratulate Tanisha and Aidan for their well-deserved recognition, and we wish them both the best of luck in their high school years. Back to you, Bruce.
Thank you, Chuck. Now it's time for our Scout presentations. This time we honor boys who have earned their Eagle Scout and girls who have earned their Gold or Silver awards. This year in the Sanford area, there were no Gold and Silver awards for the Girl Scouts, but we do have 4 young men who have earned the Eagle badge for the Boy Scouts. The Eagle badge represents the highest level of achievement in Scouting. It is a symbol of honor and character. Here tonight we are honoring 4 men who have earned that high honor. From Troop 369, Nathan Rose. From Troop 320, Ryan Illig. From Troop 320, Brendan Fedrizzi. From Troop 320, Samuel Fleming. It took time, hard work, perseverance, and dedication to master the numerous skills required to achieve this award. These young men have proven themselves and have become leaders among their peers. The characteristic traits they have developed and the confidence they have acquired from their scouting experiences will serve them well throughout their lives. A few years ago, I learned that the United States military holds Boy Scout Eagles and the Girl Scout Gold Award achievements in very high regard. When a person enlists into the United States military, there are different levels of entry that are dependent on what experiences a person has. Certain categories qualify a person for advanced pay status. E1 is the pay grade most people get when they start. In the Army, E2 is authorized for an applicant who has done a few different life experiences. 1, if they have completed 2 years or more of junior ROTC training, or have completed 1 year of senior ROTC training. If they have attended United States Military Service Academy, if they have earned the Boy Scout Eagle Certificate or the Girls Gold Award Certificate. The Marines and the Air Force also promote to E2 for the Eagle or the Gold Award. In the Navy, 2 years of any junior ROTC program, you are entitled to enlist in a pay grade of E2. For 3 years of any junior ROTC program, you're entitled to enlistment pay of E3. Successful completion of the Eagle Scout or the Girl Scout Gold Award authorize a pay increase to E3. An increase from E1 to E2 is about 12% increase in pay, and to make the E3 is 18% increase. The Elks are proud to recognize the great achievements of these fine young men. They will receive a flag of our country, a certificate from the Grand Lodge, a patch from our State Association's Youth Activities Committee, which they may wear as part of their regalia, and a small scholarship from the Sanford Elks Lodge. The Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks want to thank the parents of these Eagle Scouts for encouraging and supporting them in their desire to excel in scouting. Congratulations to all 4 of you. And now I am going to turn the podium over to Sanford High School Principal, Matt Peterman.
Thank you, Bruce. I would like to thank Bruce and the Elks for inviting us to this awards ceremony again this year. Even though I'll be missing out on the chicken tenders and the great food we normally have, I'm glad we were able to come together and put this together this year. I also need to thank Beth Letourneau and the Sanford High School School Counseling Office, Troy Watts, Aaron Tremblay, and Beth Lambert for their assistance in helping prepare for this event. And finally, Sarah Schnell and Brett Williams for their amazing work here in the Sanford Performing Arts Center for helping put this all together in these troubling times. At this time, I will reveal the Sanford High School Class of 2020 Top 50 alphabetically. First, Alyssa R. Auger, Miles W. Babineau Town, Nathan J. Bancroft, Cynthia T. Bellavance, Jade C. Bellavance, Harriel M. Bernard, Leighton R. Bickford, Porter J. Bodkin, Austin N. Brazil, Echo P. Church, Caven J. Cogswell, Jacob A. Cody, James P. Cody, Mia A. Cody, Paige S. Cody, Desiree C. Cronkite, Peter F. Cusack, Sydnie Della Croce, Ethan M. Ekman, Kaylee M. Frey, Gabrielle J. Garneau, John R. Garnsey, Simon Z. Glavin, Aurora M. Hodgden, Ethan M. Honig, Jade E. Jameson, Isabel R. Callis, Christopher J. Langley, Rachel M. Ledoux, Alyssa M. Littlefield, Andrew D. Martin, Madison G. McNutt, Alan N. Nichols, Daniel A. Paterson, Kayla D. Pierce, Madison E. Pierce, Caitlin A. Quaid, Ryan J. Rosander, Ethan A. Roy, Samaya M. Santia, Ethan T. Shane, Alexis B. Sloan, Jared A. Slowick, Jawan T. Snow, Angela R. Searles, Jonathan D. Vitale, Mariette R. Waterhouse, Caitlin C. Weiss, Marie L. Wood, and last but not least, Bailey E. Zelke. We would like to congratulate the Sanford High School top 50 of the class of 2020. Congratulations. Now, the Sanford High School class of 2020 top 10. Number 10, Peter Cusack. Peter Cusack is described by many staff at Sanford High School as one of the kindest, most respectful, and trustworthy young men they have ever worked with or taught. That if they had a classroom full of Peter Cusacks every year, they would never think of retirement. He is well known for his character and willingness to put others before himself. Peter has amassed almost 700 hours of documented community service in his 4 years of high school. He has been selected for and attended both Boy Scout leadership training and National Youth Leadership Training, and he has spent the last 3 summers working at Boy Scout camp, instilling strong values into a younger generation. Peter is a vital member, leader, and teammate of both the football and track teams. He is the quintessential team player and student athlete. He is a hard worker, and he is a kind and devoted humanitarian. He is the president of the National Honor Society, has earned the rank of Eagle Scout, and participates in Catholic youth ministry. Peter has received a number of academic and athletic awards throughout high school, including the Principal's Award as a senior, an award given for academic excellence, school citizenship, and leadership, qualities Peter exhibits daily. He plans to go to college and pursue a career as a military officer in the future, where he will surely make an impact on the world, just as he has Sanford High School. Congratulations, Peter. Number 9, Daniel Paterson. Daniel Paterson has been an exemplary student and community member during his time at Sanford High School. He is not only a great student, but a mature and kind young man too. Daniel has excelled in his courses at SHS consistently, but he truly shined in his engineering and robotics program through the Sanford Regional Technical Center. He has chosen to pursue a career in the trades by continuing to work with Garrett Pillsbury Plumbing and Heating after he completes his internship with the company this semester. Daniel has been a dedicated member of both our band and music programs at SHS and the Science Bowl team. Congratulations, Daniel. Number 8, Caven Cogswell. Caven Cogswell is described by one of his teachers as a very insightful young man with a thirst for knowledge that is unquenchable. Caven has a zest for learning and a unique way of seeing things. He is naturally very intelligent and can get lost in his studies as he grabs onto every bit of knowledge at his fingertips. Caven actively seeks learning at every turn, completing 4 years of Spanish and then pursuing Spanish even further with eyes on becoming fluent. Caven has been a member of the varsity lacrosse team and spends much of his free time exploring his personal interests. Caven plans to major in computer engineering, where he will take his creativity and is sure to make something great happen. Congratulations, Caven. Number 7, Sydnie Della Croce. Sydnie is as driven as they come. She puts absolutely everything she has into doing the best she possibly can at every turn. She does not shy away from a challenge. Challenges just make her work harder. Sydnie immediately became involved in multiple activities upon her arrival at Sanford High School. She is a peer helper in National Honor Society, participates in Ocean Bowl, and is the project leader for the Environmental Club. Sydnie is dependable, and everyone knows they can count on her to get things done. Sydnie has been dedicated to environmental and marine studies inside and outside of school. She has completed the Bigelow Labs Keller Bloom project, a week-long experience completing marine research and work testing water quality in the local community. Sydnie plans to study marine science, and her drive and determination will take her far in making a difference for animals and the environment in the future. Congratulations, Sydnie. Number 6, Porter Bodkin. Porter is described as having an intelligence to learn anything and the creativity and ingenuity to use that intelligence to make something happen. Porter is a hardworking and driven young man and will have completed the engineering and robotics technical program along with a very rigorous academic curriculum when this year concludes. His combination of academic excellence and leadership had him selected to the National Honor Society as a junior as well. Outside of academics, Porter explores personal interests in rock climbing, whitewater kayaking, skiing, and archery. Porter is quietly confident and does whatever it takes to reach his goals. He plans to study engineering in college, where he is sure to do great things. Congratulations, Porter. Number 5, Jade Bellavance. Jade is described by her teachers as someone with a drive to succeed like no other, who works ceaselessly to accomplish her goals, and a flat-out awesome kid with a heart of gold. She is goal-oriented and strategic in a way she appreciates life. She knows what she wants and will go after it and do whatever it takes to get where she wants to go. Jade is resilient, does not make excuses, and works tirelessly to overcome any obstacle in her path. She has been an active member of the math team, environmental club, and served as the events chair of the chemistry club. Jade has taken on a rigorous curriculum throughout her high school journey and has never backed down from a challenge. Jade plans to study psychology, where she will unquestionably make a difference in the world around her. Congratulations, Jade. Number 4, Marie Wood. Marie Wood is a young woman of remarkable character, tireless work ethic, and an engine that just won't quit. Marie Wood has blazed a path of academic achievement, challenges embraced, obstacles overcome, and ultimately, a record of sparkling success at Sanford High School. Tackling the most rigorous AP and honors level curriculum that SHS has to offer, Marie earned the number 4 weighted ranking in her senior class. And Marie is always the first to reach out to others in the classroom environment to lend a hand, encourage, and lead. It may be an overused cliche, but Marie truly loves to learn and is motivated by the process and discovery of learning. True to her desire for learning, most of Marie's extracurricular accomplishments revolve around learning and discovery. President and co-founder of the Chemistry Club, National Technical Honor Society, Skills USA Officer, 2019 AP Scholar Award, and Outstanding Student Award in her 2-year Engineering and Architectural Design program in the Sanford Regional Technical Center. Marie will be pursuing mechanical engineering with an aerospace concentration at the University of Maine next fall. Congratulations, Marie. Number 3, Kayla Pierce. Kayla Pierce has had a distinguished run at Sanford High School. She is not only bright, but extremely competitive, hardworking, and poised in her pursuit of excellence. During her time as a Spartan, Kayla was a member of both our swimming and softball programs. She was also a member of the Science Bowl team. Kayla is heading off to attend Robert Morris University, which is located outside Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She will be studying clinical and sports psychology. Congratulations, Kayla. Now our salutatorian, number 2, Cynthia Bellavance. Cindy Bellavance is described by one of her teachers as a gifted, considerate, and mature young lady that has left a positive and lasting impression. Cindy has a quiet confidence, and her work ethic can be under the radar. She doesn't make a lot of noise, just quietly and methodically goes about her business. She was awarded the Dartmouth Book Award her junior year, an award given to a student who shows intellectual leadership and school citizenship. Cindy is resilient and takes on any challenge she has faced with persistence and poise. She is kind, always greeting with a smile. She has been active in peer helpers, math team, and chemistry club, as well as being treasurer of the environmental club, where she works hard to raise money for important causes. Cindy is compassionate and has a love for animals and the environment. She plans to major in zoology and will undoubtedly make her mark in the world. Congratulations, Cindy. And now for the 2020 valedictorian of Sanford High School. Number 1, Paige Cody. Paige Big Slim Cody is one of the most driven, dedicated, and competitive young women to pass through Sanford High School. Paige does everything with composure and grace, but don't let that fool you. She is tough as they come. Not only is Paige the class of 2020 valedictorian, she is one of its most successful athletes. Her pursuit of her passion and dream to play college basketball led her to spend hours in the gym every day working on her craft year-round. All of this while working hard and maintaining an extremely rigorous academic schedule. Paige's dedication to her academics equal her drive athletically, making her the true definition of a student athlete. She is a natural leader. As captain of the girls' basketball team the last 2 years, she has encouraged her teammates and led both by example and action. Paige's never-say-die mentality makes her a fierce competitor and an eager learner. She doesn't back down from a single challenge, always wanting to get better at everything she does. This year, Paige scored her 1,000th career point on the basketball court and will forever live in the Sanford High School athletic record books. She has received numerous awards and honors both academically and athletically throughout her high school career. Paige never takes the easy way out because she knows that working hard is what will get her to her ultimate goal. Paige is an outstanding role model to younger girls and has spent a great deal of her free time working with future Spartans. She leaves Sanford High School to play basketball on a full athletic scholarship and study business at the University of New Hampshire, with the goal of someday becoming a lawyer, where her competitive spirit and work ethic will impact many lives. Congratulations, Paige. and congratulations to the Sanford High School Class of 2020 Top 50. Now I will be announcing the Outstanding Female Teen of the Year for 2020. Rachel Ledoux. It is with great pleasure that I present the 2020 Outstanding Female Teen of the Year to Rachel Ledoux. Rachel has accomplished many things both in and out of the classroom during her 4 years here at Sanford High School. Academically, Rachel will graduate with over 30 credits, taking a variety of classes that include AP Language, AP Lit, AP Chemistry, USM Aspire Stats, along with over 10 honors courses in a variety of subjects. In addition, she has taken advantage of our extended learning opportunities by taking her learning outside the traditional walls of Sanford High School. Rachel is one of the most involved students in Sanford. Along with being a three-sport athlete, she has been class officer during her time at SHS and has spent numerous hours helping her class achieve great things. Part of her volunteering hours has been helping with Dancing with the Stars, a charity event very dear to the Elks organization. This event's beneficiary is the Maine Children's Cancer Program, one in which the Sanford Elks has donated millions of dollars to over the years. When I asked the staff about Rachel, here's what they had to say. Mrs. White writes, "From day one, it has been made clear through dialogue and Rachel's many writings that she strives to leave a lasting impression on this world." Mr. Camary says she's the fourth and youngest Ledoux family female sibling, who all together could comprise their own Sanford High School Mount Rushmore. Mr. Kearson said, "From the start, Rachel has shown that she is more than willing to work hard and put in the time in order to improve and become a significant part of our team." Mrs. Agresti says, "She is a true role model." Mr. Erickson writes, "She has been a major part of developing younger athletes and being someone to look up to and go to for help." Mr. Camary states, "Rachel is always positive, and she's a positive presence in the hallways, a leader on the fields, track, and hardwood, and an all-around outstanding kid." Rachel, congratulations and good luck in your dream of becoming a nurse. Congratulations, Rachel Ledoux. Now, I will introduce the 2020 Male Elks Teen of the Year. I was honored to be asked to write a speech recognizing this year's Elk Male Teen of the Year. Every year, thanks to the efforts of the Elks, we have the privilege of recognizing our students for their academic achievements while at Sanford High. It is important to note, though, that the students being recognized here and many more who aren't being recognized have countless accomplishments to be proud of beyond their years at Sanford High. Like your families, although we're proud of your academic, athletic, and extracurricular achievements, we're even more proud of the young adults you become. We praise you on this particular occasion mainly for your academic successes, but it's the good you've done, the people you've helped, the hours of work you've sweated over, and the many little things you've done along the way that have made you the person you are today that we're most proud of. Thank you, Mr. Tremblay. The Elks Male Teen of the Year is awarded every year to a young man who, like all of you, has many things to be proud of. Picking one individual for this award every year is a daunting task because every year we have many students that are worthy of this recognition. We are confident that you will agree that the individual receiving this award this year is more than worthy. He's achieved great success in the classroom, has excelled on the athletic field, has led his teammates by example, has been a role model to others in our school and community, and has undoubtedly made his family and our community proud of the young man he's become. This year's Male Teen of the Year was just announced as one of the top 10 graduating seniors and is currently serving as the president of NHS. He's taken nearly every AP and honors class we offer here at Sanford, including but not limited to AP Calc 1 and 2, AP Stats, both AP Lang and AP Lit, AP Gov, Honors Physics, and Honors Spanish 4. He's been a two-sport athlete and has served as a captain and role model to his teammates. He's amassed nearly 700 hours of community service in the past 4 years, many of which have been as a leader in the Boy Scouts, as he's worked to achieve his Eagle Scout status. He's been an active member of his church and lives his faith in the way he treats others. This year's Elks Male Teen of the Year recipient is Peter Cusack. As I unfortunately haven't had the opportunity to work with Peter in the classroom or on the field, I thought it would be most fitting to share some of the kind words a few of his teachers and coaches have said about him. Peter's Spanish teacher, Miss Whitehouse, says, "Peter is such a funny kid, and by funny, I don't really mean that literally, because he's actually quite serious. Not without humor, but definitely driven and focused. I'm not sure what the award is, but I'm certain that he deserves it because he is as hard and dedicated a worker as I have ever known. He would continue retaking assessments until they were up to his level of self-expectation. I remember meeting his parents and how they said that they would have to remind him to take it easy. For as single-minded as he is on his academics, he is equally as gracious, kind, and polite." Peter's biggest fan and math teacher, Big Mark, said, "For the past few years, I've had the opportunity to watch Peter Cusack develop into an amazing young man that he is today. President of the NHS, captain of the football team, Eagle Scout, Shaw's employee, altar boy, and MPA Principal's Award representative are only a few of the many hats Peter wears. Pete's character and academic aptitude are second to none. Pete most recently has been preparing for his AP Calculus test, and similar to his other challenge, Pete has vigorously and conscientiously and selflessly prepared. Also noted is Pete's ability to connect with his teachers and peers. Carpe diem, always, Pete Cusack. Thank you for making SHS a better place. Big Mark." His 9th grade phys ed teacher and track coach, Mr. Way, says, "Peter is one of the hardest working individuals I've ever had as a track athlete. In the off season, I always knew Pete was working out hard in the weight room because all of a sudden the music would go to level 100 and I would look over and see him grinning impishly by the volume. In track and field, I could count on him to set an example of working hard. He was always the first one to throw a discus across the street at the new school, which is not a goal as a discus thrower. He is an excellent young man who has grown tremendously in his 4 years at Sanford High School. I will miss him. K. Way." His leadership teacher and football coach, Mr. Fallon, said, "If all of our classes were full of Peter Cusacks, we would never contemplate retirement. Peter is a quintessential athlete. He's a dedicated, hardworking student, remarkable teammate, and most importantly, a kind and devoted humanitarian. As a coach, we could count on Peter every day. No joke, every day. In the weight room, he would stay to the end, help clean up, and ask me if I needed any help with anything and shake my hand. During football season, he was the last kid to leave the field every day and was never asked to stay. He just did it. He made sure everything was picked up and shook my hand every day. He is a remarkable young man, and I will miss him. I would be remiss if I didn't also say thank you to Peter on behalf of the Sanford Alumni Association. Peter was instrumental this fall and again in the winter in assembling the beautiful picnic tables that were purchased for Alumni Stadium. Without his help, it's likely we wouldn't have been able to get the tables assembled as quickly for people to enjoy during the fall season. I echo what his teachers and coaches have said about Peter and would add that every graduating class has a handful of students who will forever leave their mark on Sanford High. And this year, Peter is at the top of that list. You didn't have to spend a lot of time talking to Peter to know that he's a special young man. Finally, I couldn't write a speech without thanking Peter's parents. Thank you for teaching your son how important it is to put your best foot forward every day and to treat others as you would like to be treated yourself. You have a lot to be proud of and thankful for in the young man you've raised. Thank you to Peter's mother for not being afraid to embarrass Peter, especially when you send him to school with special thank yous and recognitions for his teachers, counselors, and other staff in the building. I'm not sure what we enjoyed more, watching Peter squirm when he delivered the goods or the treats and thank yous themselves. Thank you, Peter, for your amazing accomplishments at Sanford High School and in our community. You made quite an impact in Sanford, and you'll truly be missed. Be proud of your accomplishments and of the place you call home. Please don't forget where 100 Alumni Boulevard is when you're in town. Congratulations, Peter Cusack. This year, the 2020 Elks Student of the Year is Paige Cody. It is with great pleasure that I present the 2020 Student of the Year to Paige Cody. Pahina, Big Slim, Paige are just some of the names that capture the attention of this outstanding student. She has had a wonderful career here at Sanford High School. Of the many AP and honors courses she has tackled in her 4 years, she has made it through Spanish 4. In math, she conquered all the way up to Calc B. AP Bio, AP Language and Composition, AP US Government and Politics, she brushed them all off. I had heard something about Paige coming into high school. She had a tendency to be a little more passionate about basketball than her academics. Paige is an extremely hard worker, and she does not embrace failure. After all is said and done, she will walk out of Sanford High School with over 30 credits and a long list of accomplishments. So what type of person is Paige? Well, I have a quick story from her basketball coach, Rossi Kierson, that can darn near explain it all. During the 2019-2020 basketball season, he explains, so the new craze this year has been the whole TikTok thing. All of my girls, usually before games or practices, were always working on them. So I made a deal with them that if we beat Massabesic in the first round of the playoffs, that I would do a TikTok with them after the game. I kept my end of the deal. Not being satisfied with my performance, I told the girls after a practice that we would have a redo so that it would be better. As we were practicing, it took a couple of times, and my captain, Paige Big Slim Cody, asks me the following question. Didn't you win Dancing with the Stars? His response was yes. With her quick wit, she responded, well, you wouldn't know it by your performance right now. I had to laugh. She will be greatly missed. To continue with the compliments, Mark Camary shares, Paige Cody is one of the sweetest and nicest students I have ever taught during my 31 years as an educator. Paige's conscientious demeanor and incredible work ethic and relentless pursuit to learn and improve are only a few of her countless wonderful personal qualities. She has earned the highest respect from our Sanford High staff and has served as a tremendous role model for all of her peers to emulate. Without any hesitation, I predict limitless success for Paige's future. Continue to play big, always, Paige. Big Mark. Her English teacher, Liz White, shares, prior to meeting Paige, I was warned by her sister, Sophie, that Paige didn't like to read, and she had never found a book that she had liked. So it seemed, despite her mom being an English teacher, English just wasn't Paige's thing. Over the past 2 years, Paige has become a devoted English student, taking both AP Language and AP Literature. But Paige did more than just take these 2 challenging courses. It is through these 2 courses that her talent as a writer grew and a love of reading blossomed and flourished. This fall, when Paige shared her mother's excitement when she chose Pride and Prejudice, a classic, mind you, as her independent reading, she loved the novel, by the way, I knew that English had, in fact, become Paige's thing. Lastly, her Spanish teacher provides us with a little bit of insight. Miss Whitehouse shares, Paige, lovingly and jokingly known as Pagina, which in Spanish means page, literal page, was almost like a mini teacher. She could rally the troops and get kids to engage in their learning in our Spanish 4 in a way that sometimes only peers can. But it wasn't in a know-it-all way. It was in a way that shows she is both a leader and a teammate. Simultaneously energizing and encouraging, she's also mature enough to love learning for its own sake, to be curious, to care about other perspectives. It wasn't just all about the grade. We are extremely proud to have Paige represent Sanford High School as the 2020 Elks Student of the Year. She is a caring person and a hard worker. Our staff and I want to congratulate Paige on a distinguished high school career, and best of luck in the future. Congratulations, Paige. Now I will introduce the Sanford retiring teachers. This year, from the junior high school, Carol Baker Rue. From Carl J. Lamb School, Mary Lou Dion Fabrizio. From Sanford High School, John Foss. From Sanford Junior High, Donna Hodgden. From Sanford Junior High School, Greg Holland. From Carl J. Lamb School, Jeannie Morin. From Sanford High School, Valerie Owen. From Lafayette School, Dorothy Plumpton. From Sanford High School, Lucy Grace Sargent. From Carl J. Lamb School, Cheryl Tracy. From Sanford High School, Nancy Turgeon. And from the Sanford Regional Technical Center, Susan Williams. Congratulations to our retiring teachers, and thank you for your service. At this time, please help me to welcome the Sanford Regional Technical Center Director, Kathy Sargent.
Thank you, Matt. Each year, the Sanford Regional Technical Center recognizes one student for their outstanding academic and co-curricular contributions at SRTC and their partner school. The process involves an interview with the selection committee, and although this year's interviews were held via Zoom, the committee was no less impressed with these amazing nominees for this honor. The SRTC Student of the Year for 2020, Christopher Langley, is a senior at Sanford High School and will soon complete our welding and metal fabrication program at SRTC. Chris's instructor, Adam Hartford, had this to say about him. As Chris's instructor, I'm extremely proud of him and his accomplishments. I'm happy to see him go into the world ready to do and learn more. On the same note, he will be missed at SRTC very much. Christopher Langley, in my opinion, is what we can wish every student at SRTC can be. Intelligent, confident, driven, humble, and passionate. Mr. Hartford also speaks of Chris's strong work ethic. Chris will not turn in any work or call a project complete unless he is 100% satisfied with its quality. He holds himself to a very high standard. In fact, Chris was interviewed for SRTC Student of the Year during a brief break from work at his family farm, a place that he credits with helping him learn about the importance of a job well done while allowing him to work with his family. Even in the middle of a hayfield on a phone, Chris's charismatic personality, confidence, and humility came through loud and clear. Chris speaks with pride about a number of projects that he has completed through the welding program, but there are two things that stand out for him. Chris assisted his instructor in fabricating the mount for a swing used in the special education program for students who benefit from this sensory experience in their treatment. Chris enjoyed the challenge of completing this project, but he also understood that it made a difference, and it made the new school a home for this population. Chris has also enjoyed his role as an aide in the junior welding class and the opportunities that he has had to mentor the younger students and visitors to the program. Giving back is natural for Chris, and we are extremely proud of his contributions. Chris is the son of David and Wendy Langley of Acton. After graduation, he plans to work full-time in the welding field and on the farm. He hopes to use his outstanding leadership skills to become a supervisor in his future career. Congratulations, Chris. We're very proud of you. We are thrilled that the Elks have given us this opportunity to also recognize two outstanding students from Sanford High School who participate in SRTC programs. Both of the students selected for this honor were nominees for Student of the Year and are excellent representatives of SRTC. Our outstanding student from Sanford High School in SRTC is Marie Wood, who participates in the Engineering and Architectural Design program. She is described by our career planning coordinator, Susan Williams, as a citizen leader in every community she occupies. She is willing to volunteer for any task at hand, from the most menial to something more challenging, and she is there with a smile. Marie speaks with pride about the contributions she has made to her schools and community through her selfless leadership, which has grown immensely in her time in high school. As a local officer in Skills USA, Marie credits her advisors for pushing her to learn more and be accountable for her responsibilities within the organization, which has been instrumental in allowing her to strengthen her leadership skills. Marie has also been a strong female presence in a male-dominated program and field of engineering. She is internationally certified in SolidWorks and plans to continue her education at the University of Maine in the mechanical engineering program. She aspires to one day work for SpaceX or NASA. Marie is the daughter of James and Elaine Wood of Acton. Congratulations, Marie, and thank you for all you've done for us. Our outstanding male student for SRTC this year is Jared Slowick, who participates in the Academy of Business program. In the words of Academy of Business instructor Sue Lamoureux, Jared has grown and developed his passion for marketing as he has begun a small business venture, CNS Marketing, with another student in the program. When Jared prepared his business plan for the entrepreneurial focus of the program, he based it on this real-world business. Even though he missed qualifying for presenting it to our state Skills USA competition, he stepped up and joined the winning team and took on the position as their chief marketing officer. He made some impressive changes to the marketing portion of the plan before they presented it in the state competition. Jared spends one day a week in a marketing internship at Seaport Digital in Southern Maine, and he continues to work there now remotely from home on projects that he undertook through this experience. He hopes to start his own digital marketing business and credits his mentor at Seaport Digital with giving him the skills and connections to jumpstart his own business, which is one of the areas in which Jared plans to focus his efforts after graduation. Jared recently participated in a Zoom conference with superintendents and school committee members from the 8 partner districts of SRTC. Members of the committee were very impressed with this intelligent, articulate young man and his ability to take on a large group of school representatives. Jared is the son of Troy and Cindy Slowick of Sanford. He intends to enter the workforce after graduation, including building his own business. We thank the Elks for the chance to honor our students this evening. On behalf of SRTC, I want to congratulate all the students recognized. We are proud of your accomplishments. At this time, I'd like to welcome Bruce back to the stage.
Thank you, Kathy, and congratulations to the top 50, the top 10, the Students of the Year, and the Teens of the Year. At this time, it's my pleasure to announce the Most Valuable Student Award. The Elks National Foundation will award 500 four-year scholarships to the highest-rated students in 2020. Male and female students compete separately. The scholarships range from $1,000 per year to $12,500 per year. The most valuable student scholarships are for students pursuing a four-year degree on a full-time basis. The top 20 finalists traditionally will participate in an all-expenses-paid leadership weekend in Chicago, Illinois, during which they will interview with national judges. These 20 finalists will be vying for 2 first-place awards of $50,000 apiece, 2 second-place awards of $40,000, 2 third-place awards of $30,000, and the remaining 14 participants will receive $20,000 each. This year, the Sanford Elks Most Valuable Student Award, which is a $2,000 scholarship per year, goes to Alyssa Paquin from Massabesic High School. Congratulations, Alyssa. Every year since we've been doing this award ceremony, we not only honor the youth of our community, but we also honor one person who has been a leader in our community, an adult who has spent a lot of time working with our youth. I have a list of names that I'm going to read. It's a fairly long list since this is our 48th annual awards banquet. A lot of these people are not with us anymore, but I'm going to read all the names starting back from 1972. Gerard Savage, Norman Harris, Richard Brooks, Edward and Marion Dean, Alan Mapes, John Tucker, Robert J. Bluen, Dee Rodrigue, Erica Lane, Ron Norbert, Ralph Goodwin, Henrietta and Henry Dumont, Reynold Berard, Richard Boulay, George Chalk Dwyron, Sister Teresa Berube, Betty Tucker, Abel Saucier, Richard Boisenalt, Blaine Jack, Reverend James McAtee, David and Linda Bowles, Frank Ricker, Peter Levasseur, Bruce McKinnon, George Normando, Rick and Nancy Druin, Scott Nade, Jim Langlis, Delilah Terrison, Sandra Legier, Gary Briggs, Jean Dione, Bruce Brunel, Stephen Caron, Ed Boyce, Jeff Titherington, Matt Dwyron, Douglas Roberts, Michael Gordon and Michael Thornton, Tony Jack, Ann Garnsey, Jeff Shane, Tina Willette, Larry and Wayne Young, Troy Graffam, and Ed Cormier. And now this year's recipient. This person loves sports, all sports, or at least as far as I could tell. But he didn't just love them, he played them, watched them, studied them, talked about them with everyone, and when it came to kids, he worked with them, taught them, and coached them. At the SSYAA, he coached both basketball and baseball for many seasons. Earlier in the program, you heard about the Elks Hoop Shoot. Well, he worked that event for our local Elks Lodge for several years. But most recently, his focus on youth changed. It was not about the kids who played the sports, but about those who had autism. This was something very near to him. For years, he worked raising money for autism awareness and also to help purchase items that helped improve the lives of autistic children. Communication is one of the difficulties that we have with our autistic friends and family. Electronic devices like iPads can assist us with that communication. So one year, he and the Lodge Committee held fundraisers to purchase iPads, complete with very rugged protective cases. And they also purchased iTunes cards so that the kids could use these devices for enjoyment as well as a tool. The committee did very well and raised enough money to purchase over 40 iPads. It would have been my pleasure to invite this person here tonight to receive this award, but unfortunately, we lost him this past winter. The 2019-2020 Youth Leadership Award is posthumously presented to Alan St. Laurent. And now the conclusion of our program. I want to congratulate all the winners, all the students. I certainly want to thank the Sanford High School, some of the people that have helped us here tonight, Troy Watts, Aaron Tremblay, and Principal Matt Peterman. Special thanks to WSSR-TV Channel 25 Director, Saren Schnell, and the Sanford Performing Arts Director, Brett Williams. Thank you all very, very much for having me here tonight and be able to present this award. I'm going to close with a prayer, at which time it'll be time for us to go home. Father in heaven, we thank you for the fellowship we have shared this evening, even though we were not together. As we began our session in acknowledgement of thee and thy goodness and mercy, may we close by asking thy benediction. May the cardinal principles of our order, charity, justice, brotherly love, and fidelity, be our beacon of light as we sail through life's stormy seas into safe harbors. We ask you watch over our frontline workers, our first responders, and our military men and women who protect us here at home and abroad. Amen. Thank you very much for being here.